If you weren't on the Luka Doncic train early, that's really too bad, since it was a fun ride as a teenage MVP in the EuroLeague and then making his mark in his rookie year in the NBA. But now that expectations have set in and the Mavs do hope to make the playoffs, you'd think that there might be a sophomore slump. Instead, Luka has taken his game to new heights, notching 3 triple-doubles in his first 7 games, and showing the kind of skill and impact reserved for only the best players in the NBA. Let's look at how the Mavericks use him in their offense to better understand what is working so well. Obviously, the pick and roll is the name of the game, and the offense has unleashed him to find as many as possible whenever a screener can get in the vicinity while he's handling the ball. One thing he's mastered is putting his defender in jail. Once he gets around the screen, notice how he stops, keeps his man on his back, and reads the situation. When the weak side bump comes all the way into the lane, he's great at skipping to the corners for open shooters. With his size, he can also put the defender in jail, and if nobody steps up, then shoot a little floater in the lane without fear of getting blocked. He's got a very clever finishing package as well. Rejecting the screen gets him attacking the big fast, and the right-left euro through contact with the soft touch happens often. They will run some set plays that flow into the pick and roll, like this Horns alignment with a double high post. He comes off the handoff, KP gets a flare screen, and then Powell ball screens. More jailing of the defender, and he's got his choice of lob or floater. Same play, but it's Boban setting the ball screen, again expertly putting his man in jail, forcing Kevin Love to make a decision, and this time it's a lob and layup. It also helps to run the pick and roll when you're screening with some bouncy players. There's not much you can do to stop a lob like this to Maxi Kleber. And the Lakers got all bunched up on this double ball screen until Dwight Powell slips to the front of the rim, and the pass doesn't have to be very accurate for him to flush it down. There aren't many ways to stop this action, so I definitely put money down that Luka will find a way to run it for scores most of the time. And if you're the same way, a guy who likes to bet a little and win a lot, then you've got to try MyBookie, since no one gives you more ways to win. Lots of people who like to bet on the games tell me that my videos are like a trade secret that gives them a leg up on how to pick the winners, which is why you need to head over to mybookie.ag. With up-to-the-minute sports odds, you can combine that with the knowledge I'm dropping here to make your picks and win big. Try a parlay, where you can bet multiple games together for a much bigger payout. Not only are you getting the inside track by watching my videos, use my code BBALLBREAKDOWN and MyBookie will double your first deposit. So visit mybookie.ag today and use my code BBALLBREAKDOWN. You play, you win, you get paid. Doncic can really see the floor. At this point, he's probably in the top 3 for best vision in the game. So if you want to pack the paint on the pick and roll, he's terrific at skipping the ball on time and on target for the easiest 3-point shot there is, the short corner. You can tell he's just waiting on the weak side help defender to make a move towards him, and watch this nifty one-handed hook pass off the dribble. Kuzma never had a chance to contest this one, and it's another dime. And if the ball screener slips the screen, you can be sure Doncic will see it and fire the bullet before the defense has time to react and stop it. While this hasn't turned into a thing just yet, the Doncic-Porzingis pick and roll found an open 3 with a creative over-the-head pass by Luka. Hey, Coach Carlisle, can we has more, please? And it's his ability to spread the floor with his passing and the Mavericks shooters that gives him the space to get his own points, often with some of the most creative finishes in the game, like this off-foot inside hand finish. What? Don't forget he's a 6'8 guard, so getting shots up over the big men isn't as much of a challenge, this time with another hanging runner on the way down. And his 3-point shot is just good enough to make the defense respect him out there, even though the percentage is still low for my taste. And one reason for that is because he has a penchant for the Harden-style step-back 3 that adds to the level of difficulty significantly. The ultimate sign that you've made it as a star is when you become the go-to guy at the end of quarters for your team. And Luka has a built-in size advantage even when his man gets around the screen. He's a little quick, has a great handle, and can simply get into the lane when he wants, finishing strong. The other sign of real respect is when you get to be the man deep in the fourth quarter, where they can force a switch onto a mismatch and just let Luka go to work. Sometimes it ain't pretty, but he has a knack for just making plays. And when the shot clock winds down and the game is on the line, it's Luka who is there to bail them out by using his size to draw contact that gets him by the primary defender and then check the switch of hands on the way down to score. While he's only 20 years old, the patience and control he exhibits is that of a grizzled veteran. And while these two shots will also explain why his three-point percentage is lower than it should be, they also serve to display his talent at cold making shots that simply rip the heart out of the defense. Another sign that Luka has officially joined the elite is that he can get going downhill in transition and get right to the basket before anyone can stop him. Because of his size, if you don't get in front of him above the three-point line, he's got enough speed to make it almost impossible to thwart his attacks on the basket, especially when he leaves the big man behind him on his way. He's not going to overwhelm you with power like LeBron, but he'll just as quickly hit you with a 6'8" Euro around the helpless defenders for a variety of finishes like this inside hand reverse. And the one area I'd like to see expanded is his passing on the break. So far this season, he's uncorked a few beauties, displaying more of that great vision and passing ability. And I'm always going to get excited about a 25-foot bounce pass on the break that leads directly to a layup. And Luka doesn't completely dominate the ball. There are times he can take a break by letting others run the offense to generate him shots, where he's much better as a shooter and would be wise to let this happen just a little bit more, since the threat of these kinds of shots will also open up the shot fake and fancy dribble work to get by his man and right to the hole for this off-foot layup. So there you have it, sports fans. You might have a list of the top 5 players in the NBA in your head, and it's possible you can fill it out without Luka's name appearing on it. But if it's not now, it's gonna be very soon before you're forced to shove him up there with the Kawhis and LeBrons and Stephs of the league. And that means being able to watch him play bonus games with the Mavericks after the regular season is over. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to B-Ball Breakdown so you can get alerted right away when we drop a new video. This season will be filled with incredible content, so don't miss it. You in?